G'day, my name is Craig and welcome to my channel. This is part one in a series on a grand auditorium guitar build. In this video I wanted to introduce you to Vulcan. It is a guitar, one of the guitars I'm building for one of my great nephews. I built a guitar for his sister last year, and he plays the cello, but he's graduated to the guitar as well. So I've given him a choice of two guitars. This is one of them. Why I call it Vulcan is because it looks almost like a volcano, especially when it was a full piece. It looked like a volcano, and this is the remnants coming out of it, falling down here, all the rocks, etc. There's a lot going on in this particular wood. Now this is Chechen rosewood, they call it Chechen rosewood sometimes, or Caribbean rosewood, or black poisonwood. Not too sure what the poisonwood part is. I just made sure I don't eat any of the dust. It's not actually a rosewood, even though it's called that. It's not a true rosewood. It doesn't seem to have when I tap it. Let's see if you can hear a little bit. It doesn't have the same sort of ring and metallic kind of sound that most other rosewoods have. It's very similar to Indian rosewood, almost the same Yunker hardness, 2,400 pounds force. I can see why he chose this particular one now, especially when we give it a bit of a spray. When he chose it originally, it was between 5mm and 7mm thick, very thick, and it changed quite a bit when I had to sand it down. It was all over the place, and it required quite a bit of sanding to get this one into a reasonable width. I think it's currently about 2.5mm. But that changed the pattern a little bit here, but it still looks pretty interesting. Just have a spray of this one. Now I don't know if you can capture the depth that goes on here. We'll try and see if you can, but things like this little piece of material here, it changes quite a bit. It's almost like it's three-dimensional, and you're looking at the various parts of a little piece of pipe or something. But that's all the way through it. It changes as you move it around. So it's going to be quite dramatic when it's made. It's the first time using Chechen rosewood. I think Loudon has used it quite a bit before. And from their demonstrations, it sounds pretty unique. Doesn't appear to have quite the lows of a typical rosewood. Maybe the mids are a little bit richer. Highs not too bad. But I'll have to see. It's the first time using Chechen. Now the top it's paired with, I am not sure what type of wood it is. It's either Sitka spruce. I would tend to call it almost, it could almost be an Adirondack spruce, except when you look at it, these lines are just far too close. It's probably the stiffest piece of wood I've come across so far. Now, it is very stiff still, even though it is down to about about 2.35. It's the thinnest top I've made for a steel string guitar so far, and it still seems like it could go further, but I was very hesitant to thin it down anymore. It's going to be, I think, something special, this top. As I said, I'm not even sure what it is, but it does have also, you might be able to see, there's a fair bit of bear claw going on here as well. So I do have quite a number of pieces of Adirondack spruce, but I just don't know. I think it's some kind of Sitka spruce, but I'm not sure. It'll be very interesting to see how this one turns out. What does it sound like? So that's the top. I wish I knew exactly what it is. But there's the Adirondack spruces that I do have, some of those tend to be that red kind of colour. Maybe that's why they call it red spruce. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Just deciding on the sides now. I've thicknessed them down to about 2.4 millimeters. I'll probably have to go a bit further because it is very dense. I was just going to cut them first before I thickness them any further. Looking at the sides here, I don't want to have this material because you might be able to see here I've got quite a few little bore holes through this, so I'll try and miss that out. Looking at the two sides, put a bit of spray on here. I don't know if you can see some of this too. Even the sides are something special. They have a lot of chatoyance in them. This is going to be one guitar that you want to just look at, I think. By the time we put a bit of gloss finish on it, it will be, yes, something quite special. Okay, I've cut the sides now, ready to go. Made sure I've labelled these properly, and I'll get to bending them now. So if you want to see how the Vulcan turns out, then subscribe. We're going for 180 subscribers by the end of this year. Thanks for watching. See you later.